welcome to Mia's Stories. Make sure to subscribe to never miss an update, and a lucky chance to video chat with me. Alright, you two. I have a meeting with Ms. Harris at 9:30, and Judy, I need you in charge. Got it? Terry Cantrell wasn't thrilled about working on a Saturday, especially with a last-minute briefing for Ms. Harris at a trade conference. How long will you be? Judy asked. She'd rather be at the mall with her friends than babysitting her 15-year-old brother, Alan. I'm not sure. There were a lot of changes in our product line, and I need to make sure Julia is briefed properly, Terry explained. Awesome. Stuck here with the little brother. Judy joked, though she and Alan were close. Hey, Mom. Judy can go with her friends. I'll be fine alone, Alan offered. And she needs to shop for clothes before school starts. Actually, it's 6 weeks, but who's counting? Terry corrected. That's what the conference is about. Well, I guess you're old enough. Okay, Judy, go with your friends. Oh God, I need to hurry. Thanks. Oh, I owe you one. No worries, Judy. I could use the study time, Alan replied, with his own motivations for wanting them out of the house. Within the hour, both women left Alan alone. He headed to the kitchen, completing his morning chores of washing dishes and mopping the floor. With the house to himself, he enjoyed the quiet, often spending it reading or writing mysteries. But there was another reason for his solitude, his secret hobby. After a relaxing bubble bath, courtesy of his unsuspecting mother, he wrapped a towel around himself in a girlish manner and ventured into his sister's room. Finding it in disarray, he made off with a few items, planning to return them later without her noticing. Mum's out all day, Judy's off to the mall and probably crashing at her friends, Alan mused aloud, interrupted by the ringing phone. Rushing downstairs to answer it, he greeted the caller with a polite, "Good morning, Cantrell residence. How can I assist you?" "Alan, sweetheart, I'll be staying overnight with Ms. Harris. We need to pick up the brochures at the printers in Morrison. It's a bit of a drive, so I won't be back until Sunday." Okay, Mom. I'll manage. Bye." As Alan hung up, the phone rang again. "Good morning, Cantrell residence. How can I help you?" "Alan, it's Judy. I'll be helping Miss Stevens in her shop with inventory. Not sure when I'll be home. Can you make yourself dinner? I'll eat with the Stevens twins." "No problem. I'll figure something out." "Leftover lasagna with extra sounds good," Alan suggested. "Sounds like a plan. Thanks, bro." "Hey, Judy, Mom's going to be late tomorrow. Something about a missing brochure page." "Okay. You sure you'll be okay?" Judy asked. "Yeah, have fun. See you tomorrow. Bye." Alan hung up again and went upstairs to the bathroom. He left the towel in the hamper and returned to Judy's room, a typical girly space with dolls, makeup, and pastel colors. He selected clothing from her closet, settling on a yellow blouse and denim skirt. "Oh dear, if the swim team caught sight of me like this," Alan pondered as he examined himself in the mirror. He turned, assessed his appearance from different angles, even spun around. The slip's hem flirted with a reflection under the skirt. Mirror, on the wall. What am I? Alan suddenly questioned himself, pondering the implications of the image before him. Was he simply male, or was there more to it? Did this reflection hint at a hidden truth he'd been concealing, even from himself? He quickly pushed aside thoughts of being gay, unwilling to entertain such notions. Seeking solace, he settled onto his sister's bed, trying to make sense of feelings beyond his understanding. Eventually, he rose and continued dressing, driven by an inner compulsion to complete what he'd started. Soon, suntan-colored nylons adorned his hairless legs, fastened to a garter belt. Completing the ensemble, he slipped into strappy blue sandals. Why does this feel so right when it should be wrong? Here I am, dressed in my sister's clothes, and it feels natural, comforting even. What's happening to me? Alan struggled with conflicting emotions, trying to deny the unexpected pleasure he found in this act. It shouldn't feel like this. He should be repulsed by his own actions. To distract himself, he reached for one of Judy's magazines, settling onto her bed to read. Suddenly, they burst in, catching him off guard. Judy gripped one arm, while her friend Janice held the other. Paula stood at the foot of the bed, with several other girls in the room. "No," Judy reassured him. "It's okay. Just relax." Relax? How could he? He was caught red-handed, half the cheerleaders witnessing his embarrassment. He wished he could vanish into thin air. Caught in the worst possible moment, it was like something out of a nightmare. "Please, sis, I'm sorry. I'll never, ever do this again. Please, let me go. Please," Alan pleaded, as if his very life depended on it. "Hey, bro, relax. Just chill, okay? Now listen to me. I want you to do just what I tell you. I promise. No, I guarantee you will not be hurt in any way. You have my word on it," Judy said reassuringly. Being caught as he was, he felt he had no choice in the matter. Just what could he do? Scream for help. He trusted Judy, but her friends were another matter. Oh well, there was nothing else he could do. His life was in ruins anyway. School would be a nightmare. When this got spread around, the only dates he would get would be either from boys his age or at the grocery store. "I feel like I have lost everything anyway. I guess I really deserve to be punished severely, Judy." "Please, I am," Alan started to say. "Oh, stuff it," Judy replied in annoyance. "Just agree with my terms. You do as I ask, agree." "Yes," Alan answered, tears glistening on his cheeks. "I trust you." He wanted to say more, to entrust his soul to her, but Judy was his sister, and there was a connection between them. "Great," Judy said, flashing a wide grin as one of her friends entered through the door, carrying a bag. Upon seeing her, Judy remarked, "Now we'll get started. First, pull up the slip and take off the panties, hose and shoes. In front of these girls." "Yes, now. Oh, please." Alan first removed the sandals, then the stockings. He was careful to make sure he did not get a run in them. Judy reached over, pulled the panties down and off, then removed the garter belt. At this time, Alan was sporting a fairly large specimen of his manhood. With a half-slip and skirt pulled up, he was lying on a bed, bare from his waist down. "Raise up," Judy instructed, holding an hourglass-shaped piece of fabric. He complied, and she slid the cloth underneath him. "Come on. Oh, it's not the end of the world," he thought, though perhaps it would have been easier if it were. How long would the discomfort last? Seconds? Minutes? Then it would all be over. Judy secured it with safety pins, while Paula pulled a large pair of elastic pants over his legs and, with Jan's assistance, maneuvered them over the diaper. Then came a pair of white pattern tights, reminiscent of those worn by young girls. Now, that wasn't so bad, was it, sweetie? From now on, I want you to call us Mommy, like Mommy Judy and Mommy Paula, okay? As if he had any choice, he replied, "Yes, Mommy Judy." With other activities buzzing in the room, he knew he was in for a challenging time ahead. Judy leaned over the bed, hugged and kissed him on the cheek. "One more thing for my little pumpkin," she said as she held up a pair of very frilly panties. "These are called rumba panties. See how nice and lacy they are. Now be a good girl for me, and ask Mommy Paula to put your panties on you." Alan swallowed hard, screwed up all his courage and said, "Mommy Paula, please put my panties on me." "No, sweetie," Paula said, obviously enjoying his distress. "You must say pretty please, with sugar on it. Then I'll put your panties on you. Mommy Paula, would you put my—" Judy paused, remarking, "Hold on. Since they are such pretty panties, why don't you ask Mommy Paula to help you with those lovely ones?" He started again. "Mommy Paula, would you please put those very pretty panties on me? Pretty please with sugar on it." He smiled with what he hoped was an enticing smile. "Sure, honey. Mommy Paula will put them on you," Paula said as she fitted them on his legs and wiped them up over the tights. When she was finished, she sat on the bed, leaned over and gave him a big kiss. Jan fitted a pair of something she called Mary Yanes on his feet, then helped him off the bed. Judy and another friend, Marty, she was named Martina de la Russ, took him over to the dressing table, sat him down with a warning, "Just let us do the work." Among the items were a hint of perfume, a product labeled as foundation cream, a touch of blush, lipstick, some jewelry, and an auburn shoulder-length wig. When they finished, He appeared more feminine than he had ever imagined. His mind was racing. What am I? Why did I submit so meekly? Is there something wrong about me? Words like sissy, queer, and gay were abundant in his head. School grounds were no place for anyone like that. Beatings, harassment of all kinds, and bullies just loved them for picking on. Oh, you look fantastic. I had a feeling you would, Judy complimented, guiding him downstairs. She directed him to a couch where another striking girl was seated. One thing about Judy, he mused, she only knows attractive people. Now, it seemed he was included in that group. Come, sit beside me, and rest your head on my lap, she instructed. I'm Kay Stanford. I've been tasked with giving you a new, more feminine name. Let's see. He did as he was instructed, laying his head in Kay's lap. She reached down, placing her left arm to support his head, just as still another girl entered the room with a baby bottle. Kay took the bottle and placed it in his mouth, with a "Here you go, sweetie." Ellen sucked on the bottle, just like any baby, and found it was full of orange grapefruit juice. All right, let's choose a name. Something lovely and feminine, Kay suggested. Nancy, Patsy, Susie, Alice, Betty. He heard various names being thrown around. How had he ended up in such a predicament? It couldn't possibly get any worse. Judy approached the couch, knelt down, and inquired, "Are you all right? We've decided to call you Carla. Does that sound all right?" He nodded in agreement, took a sip from his bottle, and attempted to muster up a facade of bravery, though it felt like his only option now. Just when he thought things couldn't possibly deteriorate further, the sound of the door closing reached his ears. The twin 16-year-old bombshells walked into the room. The Stevens twins, Danny and Sam, Danielle and Samantha, were two of the most sought-after girls at school. Long midnight black hair, flawless complexion, green eyes, luscious lips, and a build that could start a fight anywhere. Following them was Ms. Lisa Stevens, an older edition of the girls, who was rumored to be a VIP where his mom worked. "Hello, Miss Stevens, Danny, Sam." "Here he is," Judy announced, while Kay took the bottle from his mouth. Perfect timing. "Good morning, Miss Stevens," all greeted politely. Danny, Sam, approached the couch where he was reclined, assisting him to sit up before settling beside him. "We've named him Carla, Miss Stevens." "Please, Judy, Lisa. He really is a lovely girl." "Carla, dear, please stand up." Judy replied, "Show her your pretty undies. Pull up skirt and slip, and show your pretties." Carla stood up, extremely embarrassed, and pulled up the requisite clothes. He was as red as a beet. "Can you tell Lisa who helped you put on your panties?" Judy inquired. "Be a good girl and share with everyone." "Mummy Paula put my panties on me," Alan said, as he broke into tears. He wanted to run away and hide somewhere, anywhere far away from all this. The next sound was the door opening and shutting, and by now it was getting to be an omen of impending disaster. She walked into the room just as he was showing and telling his pretty undies to practically everyone in the neighborhood. "I've got 3 large pizzas with everything and 2 with 4 different cheeses." "All right, girls, they'll be in the kitchen." "How did everything go, Judy?" Terry Cantrell inquired. "Fine. Take a look at Carla," Judy responded. Miss Cantrell approached her son and smiled at the transformation. "Well, I must say this turned out better than expected, don't you think, Lisa?" she asked, turning to Miss Stevens. "He's quite lovely. My girls will adore him. Should we share the news with everyone?" Lisa Stevens suggested with a mischievous grin. "Judy, did you manage to capture his transformation in photos?" Terry asked. "We have around 20 Polaroids and more on disc," Judy confirmed. Carla was now seated on the couch with Sam and Danny, both presenting a slice, or more accurately, a piece, of pepperoni pizza. Feeling hungry, Carla began with Danny feeding, then Sam, and back to Danny. He forgot about his attire and didn't mind at all. It was Lisa who broached the subject. "Alan, your mother and I are in a relationship. We're lesbians. You see, both of our husbands turned out to be disappointing. My husband a predator. I caught him at it and threw him out. I had a tough fight, but I managed to get a divorce, and the last I heard, he was sent to jail on an abuse charge. 4 years ago, I moved here to a new job. I worked in the same office as Terry, and we hit it off. Terry, I think you should tell Alan about Robert. Alan looked expectantly at his mother. He had been told his father died in an airplane crash. Terry Cantrell sat, thinking about the consequences of what she was about to say. Alan looked up to his father, admired him greatly for his strength. His death came as a blow to the very young child. Slowly, Terry realized the truth had to come out. Alan, I don't know how to say this without hurting you. Do you want the truth, or would you like to go on not knowing? Alan thought about it for a while, then said, Here I am sitting on a couch wearing girls' clothes, being embarrassed to no end. What else could possibly be worse? Please, Mom, the truth. Okay, Lisa said. You won't like it. You are not my child. You see, Robert, your real father, raped my sister. When she went to the hospital, to give birth, that is, she used my name, so that there would be no embarrassment. He, Robert, took off for parts unknown. 1 year after you were born, my sister was killed in a tragic auto accident. That's when I took you in and raised you as my own. I never regretted it in any way. You were a son any mother could be proud of, no matter how you are dressed. Judy is my daughter, by another Robert incidentally, and he was very good at the start. He really fooled me. Judy told me that he was playing games with her. I found out about those games, and he was soon history. He's in prison, arrested in a large adult content ring. Mom, can I ask a question? Alan inquired. Is what Judy did to me considered molesting? Terry was taken aback by his question. I really don't know how to answer that question. The twins, sitting quietly, spoke up. Danny acted as the spokeswoman. I don't think we were molesting you. None of the girls put their hands in places considered improper. We did get an agreement from you to obey Judy and do as she asked. After all, we did catch you in the act. And those pictures we took, well, our mothers need something to hold over you in case you spill all about their being lesbians. It was at that moment that Judy chose to enter the room with a piece of pizza. What's going on? Judy asked anxiously. Judy, tell Alan what this is all about. I'm getting some pizza before it disappears, Lisa stated. I'm right behind you, Terry echoed. Danny got up, turned to Alan and her sister and inquired, Do either of you want more pizza? A chorus of no thank you followed. It seems I'll have to spill the beans, Judy remarked with a smirk as she settled beside him. All right, you've been had. There was no conference, no inventory. Some time ago, I started noticing little things, like clothes being moved and laundry disappearing for a while. I mentioned it to Mom, and she noticed similar things. Then, I observed how you looked at my friends, especially the twins. Mom, Miss Stevens, the twins, and we put our heads together and concocted this little revenge scheme. I thought as much, Alan thought, then said, I guess I'm chastised enough. I promise never to do anything like this again. If you enjoy this story and want to show your support, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Also, for every comment with 69, you could have a chance to video chat with me. Thanks for your time.